Hello, welcome to Me and My Golf TV. It's the Impact Show. I'm Andy Proudman. This is Piers Ward. Piers, what do we have in store today?
Today, Andy, we're going to show you how to get rid of your Nemesis hole. Let's take charge of your game. Okay, so it's time for the Impact Show. This is where we answer questions on your game to help you create more impact.
Yes, definitely. If you want to get involved, guys, make sure you go to Facebook, Instagram and Twitter today and get posting those questions. And also, if you haven't already, go and check out Periscope. That allows you to see us live doing some Q&As, and also Snapchat, which is a behind-the-scenes footage, gets you to see what we do on a day-to-day basis. And we are in Bermuda, hence the pink, lovely Bermuda shorts. This could be a new uniform, Piers.
That's too cold for me. I'm a local.
He's a local. So we actually got Chris Morris in the video. So Chris is been looking after us here in Bermuda. We did a swing analysis with Chris as well the other day, and we thought, well, we were asking some questions about what he wanted to do. He wanted to draw the golf ball. He's a left-hander, as you'll see in a minute, so he wants to draw the golf ball. Now, when he was talking about this, he started talking, we asked the question why he wanted to draw the ball, because he hit the ball quite well, but he started talking about Nemesis holes. So suddenly we went, hang on a bit, we asked a few more questions, but we have a fantastic opportunity to show you at home, and to help Chris obviously, about how we can actually get over these Nemesis holes, because this does happen, doesn't it, Andy? People do get stuck on holes and go, you know, they're really struggling to play the hole before they even get there.
Yeah, and so many people talk about it, and when we see them on the lesson tee, Piers, they say, oh, I've got this Nemesis hole, and you know what? We're on Chris's Nemesis hole right here at Turtle Hill, so we have the perfect opportunity to sort of help him along, but also help you guys dealing with that as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And this is actually a par 3 golf course here, Turtle Hill, and it's where they have the World Par 3 Grey Goose Championships, and Chris is playing in this in about a month or so, month and a half?
March 11th.
March 11th, so actually, yeah, so he's going to be hopefully playing well. So what we need to do is we're going to ask Chris some questions, but we very much want you to answer these questions yourself. So the first thing we say to people is, well, what are you thinking and what are you saying when you get to your Nemesis hole?
You know, we were talking about it before. Generally, what I will start to do is to talk about how I'm absolutely terrified of this hole. I'll say, you know, this is my Nemesis hole to whoever's in the cart with me, and maybe if I've played with them before, I would talk about a shot I'd hit badly previously, and I'm just concerned because this is the 17th hole of an 18-hole golf course, and you know, if you're in a competition, the last thing you want to do is get to the 17th hole and have it be your Nemesis. So that's why I need some help.
Especially if you've got a good score going as well. If you've got a good score going, that pressure sort of builds up almost before you get to that tee, doesn't it?
And you always have it in your mind.
Yeah.
I got that 17th coming. I got that 17th.
So what sort of things are you saying to your partners? What do you actually say?
Well, you know, this is my Nemesis hole. I will actually state that to them and have a laugh and say, usually I'm over in the trees or I'm in the water, that you know, or in the bunker on the right hand side, which is an incredibly difficult shot to get out of.
But if you think about the word Nemesis, so you actually come up with what is the word Nemesis? Come on, Chris.
A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent. In this case, a horrible hole. This.
There is no way that we would have been able to remember that.
No.
But you can see that. I mean, that straight away it's a very powerful statement, isn't it? So when you start saying these things, it's very powerful. That can't be good for you at all.
Do you know what? And it's just creating the awareness. Chris was saying this to us as well. This is my Nemesis hole, and this is what I'm saying. And straight away, our alarm bells are going. Well, look, this is part of the problem. So how you talk to yourselves and what you say to your playing partners, you know, hugely influences how you feel. And I think this is the first step in what we want you guys to think of is, what do you think? What do you say to your playing partners? And this is the number one step that you've got to change first, Piers. So what sort of things should you be saying?
Well, nothing is the first thing. So don't even tell people that you've got a bad hole. You know, you don't need to talk about it. If someone asks you, is this your favorite hole or is this your Nemesis hole? Say, oh, I love this hole. You know, that's the sort of things you've got to do. You've got to, even though your brain inside is telling you that, you know, it doesn't like it, you've got to tell people up front that you actually like this. And there's a lot of people out there who play a lot better than they actually are, their ability would suggest, because they talk well about themselves.
Definitely. And one of the things that I say, if I get to a hole that I, let's say, find a little tricky, I will always say, this is a good hole. So I'll turn it around a little bit to, yes, I'm aware that it's a tough hole, but I'll say this is a good hole. So I'm just twisting it to a positive sort of, you know, just positive self-talk, really. Put a positive spin on it.
Absolutely.
So self-talk, that's the number one thing the first thing you got to sort of think to and change what you've got to say as well.
Probably the number one thing as well, I think.
Definitely. Then it comes to routine. So your sort of decisions that you're making and the planning that you do. Now, Chris, your routine when you're on the golf ball, when you're on this hole, what do you do?
Usually it's discussing how badly I hit the ball on this hole, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really have much of a routine. I get up, I take a few swings, and sort of pray that I don't hit it where I normally do.
So interesting. What, you normally use a 5-iron on here as well?
Yeah, that's my normal club.
Why have you almost picked that 5-iron before you got onto the tee as well?
Yeah,
you've normally hit it?
Yeah, that's what I hit on this hole. It's just sort of programmed into my head. I mean, you know, I'm worried if I go down a club, I'll definitely be in the water.
Okay.
And I'm worried if I go up a club, I'll be over the bat.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
So that's why I pulled the 5-iron.
Okay, so not much real planning on the shot, and that's probably influenced again by how he's feeling, because he's so anxious about playing the shot.
Yeah.
So the number 2 thing you need to think about, right, is have a good solid pre-shot routine that allows you to plan, okay, and make the good decisions to actually avoid the danger. So in this case, Chris, we've got that lovely water left of the flag there, but we've also got that bunker to the right. So in this case here, we've got to think, well, where do we want to be and where don't we want to be? Now, obviously we don't want to be in the water, but a safe place here would be sort of big left. So we need to put that into our plan is, well, I want to be big left, so I want to take maybe more than enough club in case, even if you even miss hit the shot, it's still going to get there. So number 1 thing, first of all, is going to go, well, let's club up and let's make sure my target is going to be left side of the hole, because big left is safe here. Mm-hmm. And then you've also got that plan in your mind now, exactly where you want that, where you want that ball to finish really as well, Piers.
And the good thing that we did obviously with the swing analysis, and this is where technique does come into this, you have got to have the ability to play the shot still, obviously. You can't just totally do it with the force. But we worked at playing a draw.
That's
right.
So
the big thing for Chris would be in here, his strategy would hit it on the left side of the green with enough club to clear the water, and then if he hits it straight, great, he's on the back left of the green. If he draws it, it goes right by the middle of the green. If he pushes it a little bit, he's still going to be okay, hopefully, and he's just going to have enough club to get over the water, and at least then he's got to chip up the hill, because playing a bunker shot downhill toward the water can be quite scary for a lot of people as well.
Definitely. So the routine, as you can see, there's number 2, guys, that's key.
Okay, so also now, I suppose it sort of runs into this a little bit, your focus. What is your focus when you're here? So when you're about to play the shot, what are you saying to yourself? What is your focus? What are you focusing on?
Please God, just get on the green.
Okay.
I mean, that's the bottom line. Okay. And because usually it is a competition, a tournament, and I'm just trying to get off the course at that point.
Do you ever say to yourself, don't hit it in the water?
Yeah.
Okay. So
don't hit it in the water and don't hit it in that bunker.
Guess what happens when you say don't hit it in the water? So it's, you were saying, Andy, about the shopping list of the supermarket. You never go to the supermarket with a shopping list of things that you don't want. Okay, you only go there with what you want. So let's flip that around from not hitting it in the water to not hitting it in the bunker to focusing on that back left-hand portion of the green. I know this sounds quite simple. You say, well, how am I going to do all this? But this is the steps to doing this. You've got to start thinking this way to help change your outcome.
Definitely. And we always say you move towards what you focus on, and if you're focusing on not hitting in the water, guess what, you're still going to move towards hitting in the water. So think about where you want the ball to go and focus on that spot, and that's where you're going to move towards. And that leaves one more step, which really is influenced by the other 3, which is really just commit to the shot. You've done your positive self-talk, you've done your planning, your decision making, you're focusing on exactly where you want that ball to go. Now it's time to go, right, I've got all this sort of the pieces together. Now I'm going to focus and commit to the shot, really, Piers.
Yeah, definitely. And if you think, well, okay, let's walk to the tee and you haven't said anything. Your self-talk to yourself is, well, actually, I've practiced this hole a few times myself and played it and hit some good shots. So you've got some confidence there from that. So you've said nothing. You've got a little bit of confidence because you played some good shots in practice. And then you get there and you have a perfect pre-shot routine. And then you focus on where you want the golf ball to go, and then you commit to it. At no point during that were you thinking, hit it in the water, hit it in the bunker. It takes time to train, but you can get to that point. Absolutely can get to that point. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to work at playing a draw, okay? So we're going to hit it on the left-hand side. We work to that draw. So we're going to get you to have a couple of practice swings. We're going to hit this one now. Have a couple of practice swings with that feeling of how to play the draw that we discussed the other day, and then we're going to get hitting that shot with that perfect image of the draw in the middle of the green.
Okay.
Good to go?
Okay, let's do it, Chris.
And we've given Chris the 4-iron as well to make sure that he clubs up enough to get it over the water.
Yeah.
We still think he could possibly get that tee peg a little bit high, so I'm going to jump in there and do that. The logo points into the camera. All right, let's get it. Okay, definitely got the draw.
He's played the draw there. It's pitched just right of the flag.
Not sure if that made the bunker.
I think it's either just in the bunker or just short of the bunker. Okay. Now that's not the ideal result. It's better than being in the water. But the one thing we will say from that is that there's no guarantee when the mental side comes in that you're going to hit that great shot, but you are at least giving yourself the best possible chance.
Absolutely.
And hopefully it makes sense to you, and I'm sure it does to people at home, that if you go through that routine over and over and over again for over a year almost, think about how good you would feel about your golf in a year.
Yeah.
But the one thing we will say to back this up, Chris lives just around the corner from here, so he can get out here and play this course often. So if he's got 2 or 3 Nemesis holes, he should come here with a few golf balls, ask the committee first if he can do it, go to the golf holes that he struggles with, his Nemesis holes, and put that into play. So that when he comes and plays with his mates on the weekend and all the banter's flying around and they're talking about his Nemesis hole because he's already told them, he can then say, well, I've got some ammo now, I can back this up, I'm a little bit stronger when I go to play this hole.
Definitely, and the number one thing is avoided the water, is avoided the penalty drop. Although you're in the bunker, you're safe, you're dry, and that's really the, you know, again, that shot, also that slice that you wanted to avoid, you've got the draw on that as well.
Yeah, great.
Guys,
Thanks,
hope that helps. Yeah, brilliant, superb.
Cheers, Chris.
Good
Good
luck
shot.
in the
Good shot.
World Par 3 Championships.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so there you have it, 4 simple steps to help you deal with that Nemesis hole. Post any questions or comments down below, guys, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And make sure, if you don't already, subscribe to the channel for videos every single week right here.
Absolutely. Also, make sure you check out the rest of the videos that we've done on our Bermuda trip. And if you haven't already, go to meandmygolf.com. There's a 7-day free trial there dealing with all kinds of things in your golf for 2016. Thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.